afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. What's up? What's up? Hi, Steph B. Sexy son. No, sir. What a Sunday. What a very festive Sunday indeed. It has been a very festive Sunday, people. A whole heap of things have been going on social media. Too much to speak about. Too much to speak about, but we're gonna try our best to tackle as much as we possibly can in a short space of time. Say HDK busy, say me not do outside. Me not do outside right now. Me inside. Me have work for do. You understand? But occasionally we have to come. First of all, hold on 1 second. Let me sort out the situation ship so that we don't have a whole bunch of randoms coming up on the live. Hold on 1 second, guys. In the meantime, take a look at this face. Take a look at this. Hold on 1 second. Why? And I laugh. No, man. This not look good. This not look good at all. This doesn't look good, people. No, it does not look good. And we're not gonna laugh at a man's pain. No, we're not gonna do that over here. We are gonna have a frank discussion though. Because you see what pranking cause people? You see how pranking lead to no empathy? This is what pranking does. When you live a pranking lifestyle on social media, it's so hard for people to actually believe when you are going through shit. You understand? Yes, okay. Subscribers only mode, because we don't want no junk over here. And we don't want no fly by night, pitch by day, or anybody just enough up themselves. Big up yourself, Sister Yvette. We don't want any of those kind of people. So it is now subscriber only mode. You understand? Hey, Zenergy, what's up? Oh my God, you've been a member for 12 months. Jeez. Big up yourself. Oh my gosh. You've been with HTK for a long time, my lovely. Yes, indeed. Supporting the channel. I so appreciate you. Right. Let us come back to focus now. So as you guys all know, hold on, first of all, let me hail up everybody in the class. I'm not going to run straight into the sus. It's 86 of you on here, visiting so far, so please to like up the live. So we've got Dolores Buckley, Professor Gorgeous Lady, Andreen, big up yourself, Suzette, big up yourself, Veronica, big up yourself, Steph B, Sexy San, Mommy Wambo, what's up, Nicole T, big up yourself, Misty Brown, big up yourself. This will be interesting, you damn straight. It's going to be interesting. I got so much to say. So, me not gonna hold back today. Sexy son, big up yourself. What you say, mommy, one boy? That's the same thing you comment on the video. But I tell you, hello, Valerie. What's up, Professor Gorgeous Lady with the thumbs up? Big up yourself. Kadisha Lynch, I see you. Jeanette Johnson, how do you do? Sister Yvette says, hello, teacher and everyone. Hope you're doing well. Yes, I am. Cannot complain. Shay, what's up, my sis? Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Another Sunday, yeah. Everybody cook their Sunday dinner already. Everybody eats or only just a cook. How it go? Jan, big up yourself. Greetings indeed. Crystal, big up yourself. Daddy Jackson, big up yourself. Andrea Stewart, big up yourself. Crystal Edwards, big up yourself. I see you. I see you, Zenergy. Yeah, you just watched that clip. Lord of mercy. A full prank circle moment. Indeed. Chantal, big up yourself. I see you. Who else is here? Y'all will fill me in because I ain't got the time. Trust and believe, because you know that if you watch that corner of YouTube, you literally do go brain dead after a while. So yeah, we will bring you the tea in a succinct fashion so that you will get up to speed on what's taking place with these two. Their views took a hit from the CMR support statements. I believe that they're clutching at straws. Correct. We're going to talk about it. Charmaine, big up yourself. Laverne, I see you. Anne, loving the purple hearts. Marie Pinder, big up yourself. Social Spectator, blessings. Nicole T, done with the rice and peas and stew chicken. Yep. Good. Hey, she the curly hair looks gorgeous. Thank you so much, Professor Gorgeous Lady. Sending love from Sin City. What's up? All right, so, no, 128 of you watching. I ain't going to open my mouth. We gotta get to 100 likes quick and fast, please and thanks. You see, that's why I know say it's not my graduates them, because my graduates them know them don't just come and warm the bench. Them come and them start to tap up the screen with immediate effect so that it can bump up the algorithms because that's all we ask for over here. Right? Please to hit the like button. Thank you so much. It's jumping up as we speak. I appreciate you guys. Happy Sunday, Ann. What's up, Rachel? So, before we go into this situation with King and Shay, we're first going to hit on something that was sent to me in my inbox. So, CMR posted pictures of his teenage girl over on TikTok. I don't know if you guys have seen the post. Let me drink some water while the legs them go. Hey, Olivine. See, good day, Mrs. Say Chicken, everyone from Toronto, Canada. You cooking ribs? Wow, barbecue chicken, rice, and peas. Man, those ribs will have to be beef ribs for me to eat them. Me not eat Trenton. You know, Rasta man, me have, so me cannot eat it, even though me used to like pork. It's sweet, but when Auntie Dana say, yeah, Rasta, you don't eat pork, and I'm just like, girl, if you only knew, I wish I could. But no pork allowed in my household. And if Rasta knows me eat pork, he not kiss me for months. So we cannot have that. But yeah, no pork around here. No Trenton around here, right? Yes, yes. So before we go into it, CMR posted his daughter, his stepdaughter on TikTok. Well, we're assuming it's CMR because it was on CMR's account. It was sent to me. And in the post, he had all the pictures of her when she was all dolled up and she was in her, her prom or, near prom, whatever it is that you guys do in America before they go to high school. She was in that lovely dress with a hairstyle, looking very, very beautiful. A bit of a mature glam look, but I still think it was fairly age appropriate because, these kids nowadays, they're a bit more forward than how we did still. You understand? Mm-hmm. So he posted all those pictures and it was in a slide format. But what was particularly interesting about this post was the song that was playing in the background. Because at first I saw it and I was like, okay, so it had all these weird captions on it. This is when you're feeling yourself, and I'm like, I wonder if this is Crissy posting CMR, because hello, they probably have access to each other's thing. But then his music was playing in the background, and the music was going on about paying for his sins. I kid you not, people. The music was about paying for his sins. It was about wanting vengeance. It was about being wronged. You need to go and have a look at that post for yourself and listen to his choice of song, because it was weird beyond belief. Because I was like, why would you choose those lyrics when you are celebrating the beauty of your teenage daughter, even though it's still cringe considering that she's the one who levied allegations against you, and it's so tone deaf, and why the hell would you even go there after you've been accused like that? But why would you put the lyrics that you've been wronged, you're paying for your sins, you're wanting vengeance behind the images of your child? Well, your stepchild. Yeah, didn't I mean I tell her same sick? And remember, one of the things that CMR told us was the fact that he expresses himself through music. What he can't say verbally, he'll say it through his lyrics. So his lyrics are not to be taken lightly or dismissed as just a song. Everybody's humming and hawing underneath those pictures. Oh my God, let me take off this background because it's making me lag. Hold on 1 second. I don't want it. Take it off. Because who needs to look at that guy? But I'm just saying, he's going, so cheeky person wrote, look pan Crissy matey. You know, say for TikTok, them don't play. Them just savage. You understand? But the lyrics of the song was quite disturbing. I was like, what? it was all about him having to pay for his sins and him wanting vengeance and him being wronged. And I'm like, what are you doing? And then when I was watching OMGGG TV, she did a whole analysis about his review of his song. And in doing so, he was busy, not his song, sorry, this whole thing with Megan Thee Stallion and the case with her ex-partner, which she claimed wasn't her partner, and then it turned out to be a partner, and who shot who, right? And he was defending the guy, Tory Lane. He was defending him and saying that women lie, etc., etc., and that not because it's a woman and we're supposed to protect women is he gonna put himself out on a limb to defend Megan Thee Stallion. She blatantly confessed to lying, and therefore, having lied, why would he believe anything she's got to say? Now, he was going on a whole rant, apparently, allegedly. He was going saying that he, he would never accept guilt where guilt is not to be assigned, and that nobody can get him to take the blame or take the hit for anything that's not true, or gag him, allegedly. Yes. So when she was doing that, I said, nah, now you guys are making me watch these people when I said I'm not gonna watch. So I went and I watched it for myself, because I like listening to other people's stuff, but I like to get things from the source itself. So I went over to the source and I listened to the source. And I listened to the things that he was saying. So hold on a minute. I'm going to pull it up on my screen because I want the script. I don't want to say what you didn't say, CMR. You understand? So I'm going to pull it up. Let me make sure I mute you. Hang on. I'm going to make sure I mute your video. Okay. Hang on 1 second. Yep, nice. It's already muted because my computer is so good. It knows when I don't want to hear certain voices. All right, so let's go down here. And let me show the transcript. Because this conversation was particularly fascinating. So let me pause that. All right. So he was going on about the fact that the new evidence has come up about the case, and that whoever fired the Pai wasn't necessarily the guy, but it was either Megan or some female, right? So he's trying to, I don't really know much about the Megan Thee Stallion, I don't follow it, but he's basically saying that she set up the man, right? And he's defending the man. He's going, at the end of the day, this is about a woman using her feminine weakness in order to frame a man, and using those tears in order to sway people in the direction that the man is guilty, so that he is left without defense. And the way he was going on, I'm not gonna lie, this guy was he was upset. It was like personal. And yes, OMGGGTV was right. He did take clips from other people's content and fling it up in his video. And I was like, look at you, who claim that if you don't shit, we don't eat. And look at you taking other people's stuff and building your vlog. That is crazy. Yeah, because I thought your vlog was always going to be about you and your blogging, because now you're blogging, right? But anyway, let's keep going. So he's basically saying that, women are known to do this. They set men up. A woman said this: the tears of a woman, we support and defend our females because that's what men do. We protect them. But when it's not true, we're not going to, and we're going to call you out. And just the same amount of time that he did behind bars, when you tell a lie, if it's found out, then you should do the exact amount of time. I'm reading verbatim here. And that is how we're going to get the females to stop come out and say guys did this to them when it's not true, or say somebody did something to them when they partake in every action of it. But because now, I guess, whatever reason you want to change your mind, so now you are taking advantage of. So he's basically saying that she's changing her mind. He's saying, then he starts going, you knew what you were doing. You wanted the money. You wanted everything. And there are some of the things out guys are getting canceled for, black men. And the thing is, when we see our guys getting tarnished in the world of social media, you don't see who's doing it. He's talking about the fact that only black people starts to tear them down. That's because, CMR, in case you're not aware, because of our history of slavery, we are particularly against predators, because our own children were persistently exploited throughout history, and it's even more unfathomable when it's our own kind that's doing it. So I don't know why you seem to think that white people don't come down on white people when they are accused of something like this, but because they do, and they don't just go quiet, which is what you've presented in this video. That's an absolute lie. Yeah, it's not just black people who come down, but we do come down particularly harsh because we have got historical, genetically coded scars when it comes to things like this. Some of you just don't have the right instincts or skills, or tuned into the fact that these traumas must not be reenacted. So I'm going to carry on doing it. Go and educate yourself. You understand? But anyway, so he goes on about this, people. He goes on about this, and he's all caught up in his feelings about people, women framing men. Wait, them a cuss you, see, me not cuss you now, me a reason. Them a cuss out your clat, and I don't really blame them. But anyway, as I said, right, he's going on and he's defending this guy, and he's defending, although I don't know if he's up to date, but one day ago, new evidence was presented by Megan Thee Stallion that discounts everything that the man said. So there has been a further update to that. But anyway, he's like, he's basically anti-feminist. No matter how much he's saying that he's feminist, he's anti-feminist. He's not liking the fact that women have the power to derail men, to take away a man's reputation based on lies, etc., etc. But what I found particularly strange about how he presented this was the passion and the caught up feelings that he had attached to it, as though he was using the situation in order to express himself about his own scenario. CMR, if you know that you are being framed, if you know that you are flipping innocent, you need to stop making yourself the sacrificial lamb here and come out and talk the things, because the internet is not going to forget this. No matter how much you guys think that this is going to be a 9-day talk, your name is going to be dragged historically for life. And your family will have this over their heads forever. The only persons who might become spared to an extent might be your other daughters, but even Jay is going to carry this. So at the end of the day, why have your name be dragged on forever if whatever happened is not true? Because until you come out like that with your full chest, we are always going to believe the child. We're not going to believe you. And just like you presented that Megan Thee Stallion lied in the past, and therefore you find it hard to believe her, you have also lied multiple times. Remember, say you lied to Vegas, Remember, say you also lie when Shani come out with her Pum Pum is Paradise song, and you talk about how it was a prank. You understand? So I see that you should understand exactly how we feel. Because if you are so deceptive with what has happened in your life, why should we now believe that you are innocent? We don't believe you. And we're not going to believe you. So you have got to come out with something more than these innuendos, these tongue-in-cheek conversations, these little live snippets that you keep doing over on TikTok, talking about how, oh God, the things you have to bear and ray, and just speak. You say that you will not be gagged, but you are gagged. You are gagged. You understand? Um, so yeah, he goes into that. Trying to find a bit where he's talking about nobody can gag him. Let me see if I find that bit where he's like, nobody can gag him. Too many times we allow these things to slide. A lot of female vloggers, hold on. They do not call her to be accountable for telling lies. They paint another picture. Maybe sometimes she didn't want nobody. She said she didn't expect. Oh, this is about Gail. Right. So this is when she lied to Gail. He says, then you lied. You lied publicly. You lied about 2 or 3 times, and we're going to believe it. You are not credible. So what on the boss? You're saying all of this about Megan Thee Stallion. You're saying that she lied 2 or 3 times. How many times did you lie? This is crazy. You are out here and you are condemning Megan Thee Stallion, saying that she's not credible. She told several lies. But CMR, you are not credible. You told several lies. So how do you expect us to ever look at you any different? You're not making any sense at all. 242 on upon the live, and please to like it up. You're not making any sense, bro. You're not making sense. Because let me tell you this. And I am just giving this one scenario. Should it be the case that you were lied on and that child did not tell the truth or some kind of thing happened, as a man, you must be in turmoil. As a man, you must be in turmoil to be in that household under the same roof with the same pitney and the pitney mama. Because remember, saying me talk to people where in your neighborhood, where tell me say you're up and down the place. I tell people say your wife frame you. That she was mad with you and she framed you. That she get a picnic for tell lie. Now, I don't know how true that is because that's hearsay. Allegedly. That's all hearsay. That's why I never run with that. But you see this, that you keep on doing, it show me that something is eating away at you. You keep doing it. You understand? You keep coming back. Everybody's moving on. Even the bloggers, them are talking about other things. We are talking about other stuff. I think the only channel now that is purely dedicated to watching you is OMGGG TV, right? Everybody else be talking about all kind of things. But you keep revisiting it, which shows us that your conscience is pricking at you. It is either because it's pricking at you because you are guilty and you're still not convinced that you have managed to lie effectively, and you're trying to sway the audience into thinking that you were always innocent, or you're innocent. You've been silenced from declaring your innocence, and it's not by the court of law. I don't know by what. And you feel as though you've been dealt an unjust hand. Those are the only rationale behind it. You understand? So if you feel like you've been dealt an unjust hand and you've been slaughtered out here on social media because whatever was said about you was not true, you need to stand up as a man and say what it is. Because let me tell you this. No woman and no picnic no worth your credibility as a man. Even your own child. You heard me say it. Because you see, when them grow and gone about them business, Think they remember you? Them left you there with your reputation as a PDF, brother. And it's not about necessarily sacrificing the child. The child has to face consequences. I'm sure within your household, if this is the case, you probably did, but you're clearly not happy with the consequences dealt because you still do them something. Yeah. Hey, big up yourself, OMGGG. I'm not walking with that Scarlet Letter. Nicole T, big up yourself. Scarlet Letter, one of my favorite books. And the movie, in case you guys are not into reading thick books, but Scarlet Letter, bad. You cannot have this brand of shame attached to your name and you know say nothing no go so, brother. What you protecting? What you hiding? What you protecting? And who have you by the balls that you cannot speak? Because you claim to say that you will not be gagged. So maybe bit by bit you release your stomach unravel. And you claim to say you will not be gagged and you will not be silenced and nobody can stop you from declaring your innocence. But you still are not saying the key words that everybody wants to hear, which is, I did not do it. That's what everybody wants to hear. June, exactly. But you know what we're working with? Because, listen, we will always condemn somebody who has these kind of things attached to their name, who has shown themselves to have a penchant for such. But what we now go ride with, is if is a lie, is if something else going on that we are just not privy to. But because of how they have handled things, it only points to that little girl's story as being the only believable thing because it is the one that has been assessed by investigators. It is the one that has gone through the process. You understand? So if him feel like say him I got through an injustice and people have beat him and him no deserve it and woman tell lie and woman frame and woman ray and you sit down in that, brother? For what purpose? You think any love worth that? I'm sorry. But no picnic, no husband, nah make me go down like that. You understand? Them have to go face them demons just like how me I got taught the truth. Exactly, cutie. Exactly. So like I said, that's if he's trying to say that whatever happened towards him was a lie. As I said, the other flip style is that him guilty and him conscience a prick him and him don't know how to change the narrative. So he's using these scenarios to assist to change the narrative to give people the impression that he was lied on. That is also the other perspective. We keep in an open mind. It's two ways it can go. The other perspective is simple. Either that, even like Jano Star, people still condemn me, people still not believe me, people still narrate me. How can I give them situations that make them think in a different way so that I can manipulate their thinking into the possibility, the reasoning that I could be innocent? So I need to give them these potential situations and run with that because him run out prematurely, remember, because the Megan Thee Stallion case not done yet. He run out and he claims that Megan Thee Stallion, she's guilty. You understand? Whereas there's still more evidence in the pipeline. It has dropped yesterday. And this was before that. You understand? So when you keep doing these little things and saying these little things and then you're bringing up these little stories that are so closely aligned to your situation, what do you expect the internet is going to do? Them are going to talk. And them are going to identify it. And then you put up that child's picture. And you couldn't even choose a nice song. I mean, I know you're advertising your album. You're trying to tell me there's nothing else there. But that song that you put was about the sins and the negative feelings and the blah, blah, blah. And paying for your sins and vengeance. Let me read some of the comments. Pardon me. He is unhappy because people are not looking on him the same way everywhere he goes. Yeah. Yeah, I think that is taking. He not innocent. However, there is also something else going on. Two things can be right at the same time. Nicole T, correct? Correct. Two things can be right at the same time. Right? And if there is something going on, him need for talk, because it is just going to destroy him, and then it might implode and affect everybody in the household, including that girl. Because me telling all the time, it's a pressure bus pipe. You understand? And you cannot carry feelings in your belly and having to be quiet about it. Can't really talk about it. Can't really address it. And your feelings, them just a grow. Remember, you know that William Blake poem. If you haven't read it, go and read it. It's called The Poison Tree. I was angry with my friend. I told my wrath did end. I was angry with my foe. I told it not. My wrath did grow, and it grew into a poison tree, and bore an apple bright. And my enemy beheld it shine, climbed into the garden and saw that it was mine, took a bite. And in the morning yet I see my enemy laying prostrate beneath the tree, dead. So just listen to those words, listen to those lyrics, figure out exactly what it is I may try to tell you. And just know that you are growing your own poison tree if you don't talk. And somebody going to pay the price for it. Every time he come out and try to appear innocent, the mama come out with something to prove that she have him under pressure and won't let him forget what he did. Hey, Rosewater run out quick for send up girl on his page, but she never have strength to speak on her daughter's behalf. Me see her, my love. Me see her over there go on with herself. I tell people forgot S them mother and go on with herself, right? Yeah, at least be real. I saw you stay in a real life. But the pretentiousness, it just doesn't suit. Just make people know, say you're just a dirty so and so when you're ready. You understand? You know what's in the updated court file? I still have not looked. And guys, I cannot get into that. I need to mark these scripts. I got thousands of papers to mark. You understand? And if I go and absorb that, no, it is going to completely distract me. I can only do light discussions right now. But I'll get there. Don't worry. I will get there. Man and woman have secret for each other. One person they can't play is with his Rodney. Well, yes. Now, I have heard Rodney's conversations, right? I've heard Rodney's conversations. I've deliberately not gone there because, you know me, I work with evidence, but Rodney, him know what him know. You understand? And he has had no counteraction. Nobody saying anything in his direction. And Rodney, they're writing at them gaff. So who knows, right? It is clear that Rodney has some serious intel. You understand? But you know, and I personally will not really mention the thing about the daughter because you know, children access the internet and those kind of things can be devastating. I don't know if it's true. And if it is true, I don't know if she knows. And, you know, them little sensitivity there. I don't think the internet is a space for her to find it out. So I just don't go there. You understand? I leave it to Rodney to do his thing. And yes, hopefully these people will either respond or avoid, one of the two. Rodney's lifestyle vlogs, Nicole. You can go check him out. Professor Gotcha said he says Rodney have filed on the mummy allegedly. My love, now look, just wait until if more files drop and I can see some, you know, some proper evidence and stuff, then I will work with that. You understand? So yeah, when he cheated, he tried to clear his name and said it was a prank and tried to silence the ladies, but won't clear his name on this. He didn't try to silence the ladies. He effectively silenced them. He effectively silenced them because I reached out to them, They can't talk. They gagged. They can't speak. You understand? So he did what he had to do to keep them, to shut them up. And because they're young as well, they're probably scared. Um, don't want no heat. You understand? But I just found this review ridiculous. Anyway, let's forget such man. We've said what we had to say about him. It's done and dusted, right? CMR, if you know say, see my red pen come out for you, yeah. If you know say, you never do the things them. If you know say you never do the things them, whatever you did before thinking that you cleared your name, it hasn't worked, and you need to strategize and clear your name. But anyway, in the meantime, we don't believe you. We believe the child. Right. We're going to talk now about King and Shay. I have called them in the past Tweedledee and Tweedledum, but only because you came out and you were defending CMR and Crissy and defending them with your full chest. Why is it that CMR have him brethren in a hotel? A catch. Why? So all that una do, put on yourself on the line for defend these people. Una go through una pass on a problem now, and them now come to your aid. Just like una run out like Superman and Superwoman. Da-da-da. Why is it that we're not seeing them run out for you? I don't want to laugh. But anyway, for those of you who are not aware of the story, and I'm aware that some people, they do not watch that part of YouTube because they believe it is far too brain dead, I'm going to break it down. The situation is simple. First, we had a situation where Shay came out claiming that they were no longer together, which we just dismissed because we were like, they're just trying to get traction. It's a prank again because they've been pranking this. Then they came out claiming that they were evicted because we ignored that too. There's like about 2 or 3 videos on their channel claiming they were evicted and they're still not evicted. So I don't know what, we just ignored that. Now we have clips from a live that was held on TikTok for both people, both for King and for Shay. King is claiming that he has been ousted from the company of his wife, and he has been dumped in a hotel, and he's been told by the wife it's finished, and she's kicked him off the YouTube channels, and that he needs to go and sort his own self out, and she left him, right? He's bawling. He's telling everybody how Shay is a dirty girl. And basically, I said that Shay did a give with a pum pum, and that Shay cheat and sleep with man, and that Shay was on a phone call, I think, or whatever, or video call, I don't know, but she was basically encouraging somebody to do mutual masturbation online. I don't know. That's what he said, right? Okay, so even though he came out and he said all of these things, because Shay looks so innocent. Shay looks like she's like a straight up Christian girl. I'm not gonna lie. She don't look like she can too mash ants, right? And I'm just like, Shay doing all these little freaky things, but Shay is like a little hidden did stuff. Because how is Shay doing these things? Because I cannot imagine Shay talking to man online and doing these things. I cannot imagine Shay taking next man. And you, King, who come out on the internet and go on with yourself. So like say you're bullbuck and dopey conqueror, you take back your woman after she give up the front. You are a special kind of dude, because most Jamaican man, there is no coming back from that. In fact, that would have hit headlines because the man would have usually do something very drastic to the female. So I say you're good, sir. But anyway, so that was his perspective. That was his perspective on the scenario. Okay, all right, fair enough. Let's go over to Shay's side now. So Shay roll out now because Shay mad. Shay's like, listen, what is going on? Why is this guy over there and he's tarnishing me and telling bare lies? And she's all upset. And she's like in this house. I don't know which house it is, but she's with this female who's like this mixed race looking girl, very pretty. And I'm just like, Shay gone. As in Shay gone. on the other side. Who's this girl? But anyway, so she's in this place with this other girl. And she's defending herself on TikTok as well. And she then drops a bombshell. And the bombshell she drops, my graduates, she says, first of all, that she and the man was in some fight. They were, I don't know what it was. Oh, she was going to leave him. And then when she was going to leave him and she packed up her things and so him beat her up. And then him eat the cat. So him beat her up and then him eat the cat. And then Shay starts crying or looking upset like, him eat the cat. I'm never get a cat to him in a paper. I'm sorry. Murder police! I never hear something like that. I mean, for laugh. No, listen. This is very wrong. Don't follow HTK and don't laugh after situations of abuse. It's bad. This is not okay, right? Because he, according to her, allegedly he laid hands on her. But then he was on his live going, I have never laid my hand on a female. I don't touch Shay. I would never do that to Shay. And he might tell him friend them say, him not give her no bone. You understand? So anyway, she said after him eat the cat, right? Him lock her up in her house and she couldn't leave. I don't know. How did she get out eventually? Like, Shay, how did you get out? But anyway, this is the situation, right? She was locked in. And then he went about his business and I suppose he thought he did a good job. So hey, God. I buy her box food. Yeah. Me never forget that part. Yeah, so he went away and he bought her a box food. Them to box food in America, I suppose you can get Chinese, can get all kind of things in it. Box food and go buy her box food is in. So eat the cat and him feed her, you get me? But anyway, she was all distressed and she's like, you know how many things this guy has done to me? She has endured all the bun, all the cheese, how she came out and she lied. I suppose Shay was just fed up and tired of being a yam head. And she was like, listen, I have joined Crissy in the yam head nation for a very long time. And I cannot keep doing this. I need to emancipate myself from the yamness. And it's time for me to step away because this is not going to work. So she made her decision to leave the guy. So he's over there and he's telling all kinds of lies. Allegedly. That's what she's saying. He's saying that she's the one that's telling all kinds of lies. He said that because he's a man, nobody's going to believe him. They're all going to believe Shay. He's like, because he's a man, nobody's going to think that he's the innocent one. And that every bad thing he's done has turned up on the internet. But no bad thing that Shay's ever done has turned up on the internet. They all know when he cheated and so on and so forth. And he has not done it since. He's claiming that he has not done it since. No gal never get his shong while he was in the United States of America. But he said Shay, on the other hand, has been swinging herself left, right, and center that she have man. She's then over there going, he has a woman. She says he's downstairs since he started talking to this female. He's been downstairs on the couch. And he's been going to bed with this woman's conversations every night. Every night. To the point where he doesn't sleep in the bed anymore. She watched him fall in love with some random female on a phone. Okay? And blah, 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 blah. Now, first of all, Shay, you have been sat there taking all kinds of abuse for all kind of period of time. You've admitted to coming out here and lying to make this guy sound like a good person. You have been playing that game rather than just do your own little content. Una fake it like say una all right. We're not going to beat you for that. A married people situations and marriages are not for public discussion even when things are going wrong. But then you get beat up allegedly, and then him eat the cat is the part where I went, what? So his eating the cat was a way of making you submissive and go, okay, me do her this bad thing. So when me eat the cat now, she a go forgive me because the cat eating a go so nice that she now go want to leave. It is not an impossible thing. Men have been known, particularly abusive men have been known to have heightened arousal after they have done an abusive act. Facts. So it's not impossible that this situation happened. And fun and joke aside, it is a form of manipulation. So maybe afterwards, Shay realized that she was being manipulated and she take a box food because she did hungry. And she said, listen, no matter what the box food and the eating of the cats, I am still not going to remain with you. I rate that because when it comes to abusive men, you can't necessarily act right away because they may get violent. So she systematically planned with her friend to exit the scenario. You understand how much Cathy has before her. They have lied and did so many pranks that people have lost credibility. Yes. Now, this is the thing, because they have told so many lies, it's been next to impossible to actually believe the scenario. Because even when people were coming on his live on TikTok, they were like, brother, I'm not believe you, I'm still laughing now because I'm not believe you. Because you guys are always pranking. But then the guy actually started crying real tears. And then he swore to God. And then he swore on his children's life as well. And he went and he showed the whole hotel room where he was and stuff. So it looks like there's definitely something going on. Right? Because why? And how are they going to justify all of this coming back together and after this kind of mess? And still expect to have support. But then their examples are Yamhead and Herman. So at the end of the day, they're looking at, well, listen, Mana Oman Pasa Pasa cannot be as bad as Picnic Pasa Pasa. This is how I'm looking at it now. Manan Oman Pasa Pasa can never be as bad as Manan Picnic Pasa Pasa. And look, they still have their supporters because their supporters are sheep and they still worship the ground they walk on. Therefore, if we have our Mana Oman Pasa Pasa and then build up the views them and gain the traction and get the money what we need and we come back together, they're going to forgive us too. Think about it. Think about it. He had a whole heap of sucky motherfucking subscribers. Yeah, but that's typical of him. I'm not surprised about that Shay at all. Birds of a feather flock together. 296 people on the live, only 145 likes. Please like up the live. Thank you very much, Vanessa, for the reminder. He is a narcissist. Hell no with that. Didn't they buy a house? No, that was another lie. I did a whole live on that, but I took it down, especially when I went in on the characters, because I was like, they're going to send their little he-goats and she-goats and everybody else to come and strike me. So I hid that and then took it off because I did a whole thing on King and Shay's lies about getting that house. So they're claiming that they're evicted or whatever. Eviction don't just happen like that. All right, let's say that it was a mortgaged property. You don't get evicted, your house get repoed. You understand? It has to be a rent or lease arrangement for an eviction to take place. There has to be landlords. That's the legal process. So clearly they lied. Reminds me of the boy who cried wolf, and that's exactly what they did. They cried wolf so many times that people cannot believe that this scenario is actually real. And you cannot blame people. You understand? Cannot blame people at all. But the man over there, my loves, bawling his eyes out, right? And if you haven't seen the clips, what I will do at the end of this is I will put the description in the description, not in the live chat, because I realize now that people who watch the dead cannot actually see the live chat, some people, or they don't know how to swipe across to see the live chat. So I'm going to put the two links to the two videos so you can see the two different perspectives for yourself, and I'll put it in the comments. All right, it's links to other people's channels who've captured the TikTok live itself. In Georgia, they don't play about eviction. It happens very fast and out your things on the street. They need to be productive and remember they have children. Completely. Completely. But anyway, guys, all I'm saying is that King and Shay, your people who you came out here and you cussed everybody off for, CMR and Crissy, they should be housing you. They got a big old mansion. They should be housing you. They should be putting you up. They should be sending you money. You understand? Especially you, King, right? Who ready to cuss off everybody for these people. What are they doing for you? You did so much for them. Put your viewers on the line, your subscribers on the line, your money on the line. And now you're coming to tell people that you guys can't access your money. Make that make sense. And yet you did a whole video talking about how you made how much 100,000 on your channel. How comes you no longer have access to the money? Another thing too, I noticed that these kind of breakups, both King and Shay and CMR brother, Chevon and Mimi. I notice how the breakups them coming like similar, it's just a bit crazy. All during the Trump season. Mine, Mine there is some immigration matter at hand. No, have to break up so one can married. Anyway, not my circus, not my monkeys. I thought the house was theirs. Didn't they say they buy? They did say that. They lied. In less than 2 weeks. No such thing. They lied. Anything for money. Yeah, they lied. They lied. Cause Shay cut him off. They always do it. Yeah, they always do it. Always. And yeah, let us just keep observing and not get too caught up emotionally. That's why my approach to this thing was very lighthearted. I never really got too caught up emotionally because you guys have lied too many times, pranked too many times for us to take you guys seriously and to come out here and start, talking about, let's talk about domestic abuse and how it can affect you. No, because we're not going to take a serious approach. We're not serious. We see one as too clown. We're not going to lie. So it just does not come across as real because of who is behind the storytelling, right? But all I can say is go to such man and such woman, own put on the subscribers on the line for cuss out and go out on yourself and cuss out on the people, right? Go and get help from them. Yes, go and get help from them. You understand? But in the meantime, Shay, go all up ahead. If anything do go so, sorry to say, because in a prank so much it's hard to believe. But you know that we would always say, just keep your head up and do what you got to do for your children, right? King, if you've been wronged, God help you, because America is not pro men when it comes to abusive situations. You go get yourself a good lawyer, brother. That may I tell you. You see, such man have a guest room, a movie room, and a studio. Look, they're advertising the rooms. Go back for one, King. Stop spending all your money in that hotel. That don't make it, my love. That don't look good. No, sir, that big foreign there. No, sir. You can't go get food stamps for me, Blinky. Chef. You have to get him some food stamps there because, boy, things look rough right now. And especially if he locked out of his channels. Oh, my God. Boy, Shay, you don't have no mercy. You know, leave the man with just one lifeline. Even if you kick him out a tree, you could leave him with a fourth one, at least, so that he can keep making content and earning, right? You understand? DT cut food stamps. Oh. Well, gotta work. Someone comment under King Live and tell him to go to such man for help after all you defended him. You know that the purple community gonna do that. Today festive, bad. Yo, up here things are going on about the place, you know? All over Planka shop things are going. Listen, I don't know what is in the atmosphere. Cause from me, wake up to, people that buy my page and bother me, I me cuss out that person there. Fling up in picture, because that's what I do. I string them up like pepper lights on my page. The moment you cross boundaries, disrespect, you are going to get strung up. You and your entire generation, if I'm in the mood for it. So I was like, no, today started off. The demons running about on social media. I was so right. Because I went over Leggy, yes. And when I went over to Leggy and I was listening on Leggy's live, I was like, bloody hell, what's going on? There's a lot of cursing. There's cursing left, right, center. It's mad. And I'm just like, one woman 99. Have the whole internet turned right over like this? Eh? Why is it that this woman's very presence, her very aura, just what she eats, what she does, everything about this woman just irritate the internet? Huh? But I don't understand why. I'm sorry, I will always remain oblivious because I like this lady very, very much. And it never stop. You understand? But when I hear the venom, the anger, the hatred that comes from some of these social media personalities towards this woman who don't even look upon them, it's shocking to me. Because nobody can have my headspace like that. Nobody. Even before that, me hear one of the one she gone off for one mad rant. I'm like, nah, these people are crazy. Nah, y'all are too miserable out here, you know. Either that, you're not getting some good loving, or, me no know, something just wrong with Uno. Why Uno stay like that? And I cannot tell the internet's so serious, right? We all have our moments, yes, but some of Uno gone a bit too far. You understand? Just a bit too far. You'd have to have watched that live on Leggett to know what I'm talking about, but it was mental. It was mental listening to the cursing. It was mental. And then when I was on Planker Shop, OMGGGTV, when I was over there, the person who was cursing her out actually typed on her live. I was like, but what's happening? The one at the Planker Shop start kick up, black that person, then black him. And Ray. And then, oh God, after that, then you know, said the shade throwing was real. Because once DMG realized who it was just like shade. You understand? Do you hear that? Yeah, but social media will always be social media, and guys, do not take this thing seriously, right? Okay, there are real lives behind it, but if you get too caught up, you go get high blood pressure and you're gonna make yourself ill, and your glow is gonna go. We can't have that. We have to remain beautiful, especially as we're approaching the big 5-0. All right. Big up on a nice clean self. Have yourself a wonderful Sunday. Mia, go back, go do people them work. And I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, by the way, my vlog is going to be late. For those of you who are on Vlog It with Kay, please forgive me. Me have to do this. Me have deadlines to meet. If I don't manage to get it up tonight, it'll be up tomorrow. And if you have not subscribed to that new channel, go and subscribe to Vlog It with Kay. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.